Well,
So let's start from the top.
sure. Quitmormon.com is a nonprofit organization. We were founded after we realized that this was the service we were providing was needed or wanted. I started doing these resignations, just posting them on the ex-Mormon subreddit in early March 2015, and maybe did 30 or 50. I started stapling them up on my home office wall. I was like, this is cool. I'm going to see how many I can get. I'm going to get 1,000. I think first I said I want 200. And I said, okay, I got 200. Let's get to 1,000. And I thought it would take 10 years to get to 1,000. But in November 2015, the church handbook policy leak about LGBTQ families and children came out, and people were outraged. So I went back on the subreddit and said, hey, I'm still doing these if you guys want. And I got 2,000 requests in 24 hours. So I started plugging away, doing them by hand. People were very generous, offered to volunteered to build me a website, streamline the process. And we eventually settled with a guy in California. His name's Ryan. He built the website. He's essentially the co-founder of quitmormon.com. And started helping me automate the process so we could handle thousands. And we've done to date about 80,000 through the website. And I always tell people it's about total, we've maybe done up to 90,000 because I didn't keep track of how many I did by hand back in the day. So that's the story.
You've submitted 90,000, but how many confirmed?
Believe it's about 57,000 right now.
So there's a backlog of 30.
A backlog, you could call it a backlog. Yeah. There's going to be there's a nice big chunk there where they changed how they would receive them. And people just didn't go back to it, which I'm proud of those people in a way. They just didn't care. Once they submitted their resignation, it was done. And in a way, that's kind of what we're going to be moving to as an organization, is saying, let's get your resignation submitted. Let's get you to feel like you're out, and then let's help you move on to the next part of your life. The way I started doing this was I never thought we'd sue the church, right? I never expected that to be an eventual consequence. I always just thought they would do it, just do the right thing. And I said, as an attorney, I can be your agent, for the people that are resigning, and I can just stand between you and the church. So once I'm an attorney, the church no longer can legally, ethically, can no longer contact you directly. They have to go through your attorney.
It's an extra protection.
Right. So that was more what I was thinking at the time. And then the legal language in the letter is actually just standard language that I think is probably very similar to the letter my dad sent. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's what I decided I wanted to do with this, is say like, oh, I'll just be your attorney. I'll just put myself basically on record to my friend. I'm your attorney now, and if they contact you, just be like, oh, here's my attorney's information. Go through them. Go through him.
Yeah.
And so for a while there, I did get contact from a lot of bishops. I'd get emails from bishops, and please pass on this pamphlet to brother so-and-so.
And what did the pamphlet say?
Oh my gosh. So they actually used to, if you did kind of your own method, you'd send your letter to the church headquarters. They would send back a letter saying, this is for local processing. You need to contact your bishop. This is a local ecclesiastical matter. And then the pamphlet would be like returning to Christ, or, some kind of thing to try to say like, hey, we're good guys and we're just trying to help you.
So you put out the shingle, the Mormon resignation shingle.
Yep.
And what happened?
It was out of control. There was so many people. And then there was the people offering that wanted to keep it going. They wanted me to keep it going. I don't think this is a service that you can hire an attorney probably, and might charge you $500 to prepare a letter and send it for you. But there's no one else that was willing to just do this for free, send it to the church and do it. So I had people, like I said, web developers contacting me. Let's make this easier. Let's find a way for you to do more of these, help as many people as possible. And it just went from there.
So why, I could see you doing it as a personal favor for a few friends here and there.
Yeah.
Why continue when it starts to get to the hundreds and thousands? You've got a day job, you have a family, right?
Yeah.
What was it that made you feel passionate enough to say, I'm taking this on at a large scale?
Honestly, it was the frog in the boiling water. They started me cold, and now it's hot. But it's
What do you mean?
They put me in the pot of water, and they turned up the heat.
Who did?
Everyone, all of you, asking me to do this for you.
Okay.
And it never was anything. I never wanted to do 90. I never thought 90,000 was even possible. But it just, people needed it. I was there. Everyone kept making it easier, streamlining the process for me, encouraging me, giving me donations, offering to volunteer. It was something that I just kept on doing. And I'm proud of it, and I'm glad it's something I'm doing. But I'm also realizing that people need, like I said, they need more than just to put an attorney between them and the church. It's about taking a next step.
Sure.
And leaving Mormonism here, not just on paper.